This is a video by Richpin. Today we're going to be removing a lower control arm on a Saturn S series. This control arm has the ball joint integrated into it. First you need to get your vehicle up on jack stands so both tires are free. Now the first thing you need to do is to remove the tire wheel assembly. Now after the tire wheel assembly is out of the way, we need to remove this 24mm nut on the stabilizer bar. Next remove the cotter pin on the ball joint and spin the nut as far as you can up to the top of the threads. Then you put a pry bar in here, rest it on top of the control arm, and then you want to take a hammer and you want to shock the knuckle right here. That will free it up. Next we need to remove the nut here so we can get the control arm out of the steering knuckle. I've installed a longer pipe here for more leverage. There it is. She's clear. To make disassembling easier, I take a piece of chain, put it on the end of the stabilizer bar here, and then I connect it to one of these hand winches. Connect the other end to the subframe on the other side, and then I winch it up a little bit to take the tension off the stabilizer bar before I remove the bolt here that holds the control arm to the subframe. Now for the bolt that holds the control arm to the cradle, you want to spray this bolt with some penetrating oil. This bolt right here is notorious for rusting in. This is a 15mm on this side, and on the forward side, on the nut side, is an 18mm. So you want to work the bolt like this, get that bolt to get free, and then keep spraying the bolt, loosen it up. Now if you happen to have a stubborn bolt and it's frozen there, well, you're pretty much out of luck. The only alternative that you got is to hacksaw the bolt off to get it out. Now if you have a stubborn bolt on this control arm here, take a hammer handle, put it right here on the end of the bolt, and that will exert some end force. And then ratchet it, pushing on the bolt. That will help it force it out. Once the bolt has been removed, you're ready to take the control arm out. Now if you're using a piece like I got here to hold the tension away from the arm, make sure that that's still connected. Now you just take the arm, and there it is. The arm's all out. Now when you're ready to put your new arm on, feed the bushing end on the cradle and the stabilizer bar. Try to feed them in at the same time. And there it is. Now, when it's time to put the bolt in to hold the control arm to the cradle, I would highly recommend to put some grease on the bolt where the area is where it goes through the metal part of the bushing. And the bolt should go right in. There it is. Now put the nut on for the bolt. Put your stabilizer nut on. Put your ball joint back in the steering knuckle. Put the nut and the cotter pin on. And that's it. You are all done. You just replaced your lower control arm on your Saturn S series.